He who finds truth must sacrifice the false. Hi, I'm HC, and in this video, we're going to discuss the 5 steps of how to change your perception of self. So, why is knowing how to change self-perception important? How you perceive yourself will reflect in your ability to treat yourself and others at the zenith of the relationship. Perception of self is the fundamental influence on your perception of the world and what you deserve from it. Therefore, having a negative or unworthy perception of self will result in a lower self-esteem and a pessimistic attitude, thus leading to a less fulfilling life. Your perception of self will influence your conduct, as well as your perception of the experiences encountered throughout your life. For example, a person who perceives himself or herself as a great hiker, very interested in hiking, may as a result of that interest buy hiking equipment, go on mountain hikes, and meet people of the same caliber, also passionate about hiking. This to insinuate the person's self-perception influences his or her behavior, and thus their reality. Therefore, if we have a negative perception of self and see ourselves as less deserving, our life experiences are bound to mirror that negative perception. Changing your perception of self can be the difference between a cycle of life not beneficial to your growth and excelling at endeavors you are passionate in a fulfilled life. This is why knowing how to change your self-perception is such an important factor on the journey of you becoming your best you. So, without further ado, here are the steps on how to change your perception of self. Step 1. Surround yourself with good company. As they say, show me your closest friends and I will show you who you are. How much time we have spent and how much energy we have given to a draining environment may negatively affect how we perceive ourselves. Essentially, if you perceive the people you spend the most of your time with as loathsome, unambitious, or lazy, you are bound to be a reflection of that perception. In order to change your perception of self, it is important to ally or associate yourself with people of similar interests, or simply to begin by letting go of the people that do not share similar aspirations of self-progression. This will create fertile grounds for the growth of a winning environment, to plant the seeds of your change that is to come. Always remember, you would only still be running into the same type of people and facing the same type of problems if you have not grown from them. Use this as a reminder and a motivator to your ascension to the best version of you. Step 2. Listen. To listen is to give one's full attention to the subject at hand. In this context, it is to be especially perceptive of the things that are not subservient to the changes you aim to be manifested. It is filtering out the sense from the nonsense in your everyday life. It is the understanding and the acceptance that your environment shapes you much more than you know. Therefore, to pay attention to the things that you are feeding into, and to make sure that they are helping you grow towards the aspired change. Everything you see, hear, touch, and consume plays a part in your perception of self and the world. Listen to the subtle and overt signs happening around you, and allow that information to be used towards the appropriate and necessary change. Step 3. Sacrifice your old self. Out with the old and in with the new. As said by the transformed and now sober American rapper Gucci Mane, he who finds truth must sacrifice the false. You cannot teeter-totter in both realities. In order to successfully change your perception of self, you must accept that your current perception of self is not serving the reality that you wish to enter. Although it may be difficult, you must let go of your attitudes, emotions, and most of the time the environment that was used to encourage your current perception of self. This means to accept that you cannot be a winner and a loser at the same time. Sacrificing your old self is done by first acknowledging and giving thanks for everything you have manifested thus far. Then, willfully making the decision that in order to take it to the next level, you must adopt the thoughts, actions, and habits necessary by letting go of those that are not. It is the acceptance that the you that brought you to be right now has served his or her purpose, and making the decision to move on from that point. Similar to passing a baton in a relay race. Just like the relay race, the goal is to complete the full circuit. However, in this race, you are competing with yourself. And every stage of your life serves its purpose, and then passes the baton to the next so that the race can be completed. Step 4. Be humble. Humility is a major enabler to changing your perception of self. Humility is having or showing a modest estimate for your own importance in regards to the order of the world and your life purpose within it. Thus, on your journey to changing your self-perception, humility will serve as the fuel necessary to fully experience life with your improved perception of self. Being humble will help you understand your transition to a greater depth, helping you process the things that you have been through in the past. That information will be transformed into the sustenance needed to make it through the challenges that you will face going forward. Step 5. Trust your gut. Believe. Follow your instinct. It will always lead you towards your highest self. Even if you believe that you have no help or example to lead you into the right direction, you can be sure that your gut will subtly aim to take you there. Trusting your gut is necessary because you are bound to face opposition on your route to changing your perception of self. And oftentimes, there's very little presence of positive motivators encouraging your evolution. Trusting your gut is the faith in the possibility of your transition to the next level of your being. And like any transition in life, it's not going to go down without a fight. The pushback is to be expected because of how used to your old self that you may be. However, trusting your gut will be the very thing needed to help you get to the next level of you. So that's it, people. Those are the 5 steps on how to change your perception of self and to start moving forward today. Post a comment below to let people know how changing your perception of self has helped you on your journey to becoming the best you. Like and share this video, and please remember to subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you here next time on Howell Consultations, the how-to being true to you.